the military, and we'll go into a couple of questions and figure out exactly his mindset from a male's point of view, being a single father. First of all, I'd like to start off by asking you what your name is,
My name is Robert Cabato,
your rank,
Staff Sergeant,
and your branch of service.
United States Air Force.
Okay, cool. And you currently work where?
Over here in Joint Force Command Brunsum in the Netherlands.
Okay, awesome, cool beans. Well, obviously, we know that you have a child. May I ask how many do you have?
I have one child,
One child,
One
and
daughter.
is it a male or female?
daughter.
A daughter. Okay, cool. How old is she?
She's 11.
What grade is she in?
Here it's international grades, so it's international year 5 or 6,
Oh,
which
okay.
equates to about 5th grade in
Okay.
the American system.
Cool, right. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and then just please answer honestly and completely as possible, okay?
Okay.
How long have you been a single father?
Since 2007, so that's about 8 years.
Oh, wow, okay. And as a single father in the military, what would you say has been the biggest obstacle thus far?
Being in the military, the thought of any last minute deployments is always on my mind.
Right.
So being taken out of my comfort zone, doing what I need to do downrange is always something to think about.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you think that it's a little bit different because it's a female child's daughter, or do you think if you had a son, you would be a little bit more like, or do you think it doesn't matter, you just want to be there for the child?
It doesn't matter the sex of the child. It's the fact of being a single parent. If I had a son other than my daughter, that child still needs me. I'm its sole support.
Right.
So
It's true. So I know that you've been deployed, you've been back stateside as a United States Air Force member. How is working here in the Netherlands for NATO specifically different for a single father versus in the States for a single father?
the great thing about NATO is, other than the so many different cultures combined, the ops tempo, the operational tempo, the speed of how our job goes day to
Right.
day is a lot slower, which allows a lot more flexibility. So here, working at this post, I'm allowed the freedom to be more of a parent instead of working, 12-hour shifts at a regular
Right.
air base, and doing childcare where I drop my daughter off at 6 in the morning and I pick her up at 6 at night. So here, I actually have more bonding time with her. So I love it.
Right, absolutely. That's really cool. How much longer do you have in the military? And if you do plan on getting out soon, do you plan on just having one child and that being it, or do you plan on having an additional child?
Well, I do plan on getting out of the military this year.
Get out of here, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunately, the Air Force is changing quite a bit, and going back from a NATO position to work with the regular Air Force, I'm afraid that I won't be as prepared with all the changes that the Air Force is making. So I think I'm going to be trying to find a more stable career. Still supporting the military, hoping to get a civilian job working with the military,
Right.
which would be great. I still want to serve without wearing the uniform. And then, other than that, I don't think the plan is, as of right now, is having an 11-year-old. She's almost an adult.
Yeah,
She's
right,
almost ready to be out the house. I don't know if I want to start from square one again
Right.
and invest another 18 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
So who knows? Only someone
Yeah,
can figure that out.
Well, I just have one more question for you, and then I think that has summarized everything for me.
Yep.
As a single father, mother, father, or whomever in the military, you've dealt with ups, downs, and in between. Being that you're getting out now, if you had to give advice to whoever is the boss of making decisions that would affect a single parent, what would be maybe one or two things that you would absolutely say should change or should be considered for those people that are doing it alone, be it because they have to or be it because they want to, if they're taking the responsibility to raise their child and they happen to be doing it alone, I think sometimes you do need kind of a certain things to be a little bit different for you versus somebody that has two parents at home.
Right.
So with that being said, or a spouse at home, I should say, what would you say are maybe some things that they should look into, or maybe some things that would help a single parent be able to serve without as much on their head?
I could honestly say that the military as a whole, they have programs in place that very much so help single parents. There's women, infant, child programs, WIC. Although as a single father, it was difficult to get access to that program because I didn't know about it, because it's mainly aimed at females.
Right.
So more knowledge is better. More spreading of knowledge by leadership is better. But at larger bases, I've noticed that there's events like Parents' Night Out with the chapel. The CDCs have encouraged, even if you don't pay, they'll give you so many free hours of free childcare.
Oh, wow.
So that you have me time. So the only, I guess, detraction about being a single parent is when you're wearing the uniform, you do have a job to do. And when you're called to do that job, you have to do it.
Right.
And for single parents in the military, we need to have a family care plan. And that's, I've had to use it a couple times, and it's there for a reason.
Right.
So
Right.
improvement-wise, just spreading of the information that there are programs like WIC available for single fathers.
Right.
And just understanding from leadership, I guess, is most important.
Yeah, okay, cool. So basically, in a nutshell, the two biggest things are spread the word and make sure that the leadership is letting you get to those events for your specific situation.
Right.
Right, cool. Well, I want to thank you personally for serving, being a single father, and doing what you had to do to support your child, doing what you had to do to support your nation. Not a lot of people do it. Only 1% of us serve, as we all know,
Right.
and then even a smaller amount of those people are single parents, and even a smaller amount are single fathers. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for your time and your interview, and I hope that everything goes well for you.
Thank you so